Let's start off with the Cowboys. I think that's a huge topic to talk about. They lost to the Panthers 8-16.
Brutal.
Yeah, it was an ugly game. Dak was sacked 6 times.
And I mean, for a quarterback like Dak, last year he did all right. He had Des Bryant
And Jason Witten.
and I thought, this is a sophomore slump, right? No. He goes 19 for 29 in completions and throws for 170 yards.
Yeah, also a fumble.
Yeah, he fumbled the ball. He got 19 with his own feet, but they have no receivers. Dez is gone. Their leading receiver, Cole Beasley.
You called on the pod, actually.
I did it. I did. I said when Dez left, this is basically saying, they don't have really a number one, but as far as targets go, Cole Beasley's their number one. 7 catches, 73 yards, and he led the team in receiving.
Yeah, and then when that happens, the running back doesn't get any production either because they can just load the box because they're not afraid of Cole Beasley. They're not afraid of, who's their other guy? Alan Hearns. They're just not afraid of those guys. Zeke only had 15 carries for 69 yards and a touchdown. He barely got in the end zone, too.
Yeah, he snuck in there at very last second. And, the Cowboys just aren't the team they used to be.
And in a tough division, I don't see him winning many games.
No, it's a tough year to be America's team.
It's a tough year to be America in general. Anyways, next game, Ravens and Bills. Now, this one didn't take very many people by surprise. I think the score did, but not the game itself. The final was 47-3.
Yeah, absolutely atrocious. I called it out earlier. I said, as long as Nathan Peterman is your starter, you're going 0-16. And you listening now, and you're hearing this, and you're like, if he starts every game, there is no possible way they win one.
Newsflash. He didn't make it out of the third quarter.
Exactly. All I needed to see was 1/2 against the Chargers last year, 5 pick. Sit down, buddy. We make the playoffs, and then we trade away our quarterback that got us to the playoffs. So now you got Nathan Peterman, who's just god-awful.
I could play a better quarterback than him.
With my left hand. And Josh Allen, who, like I said earlier, I don't think he's going to be great this year. It's going to take him a couple years, but I think he's definitely a franchise quarterback in the next 3 to 5 years. But until then, it's looking bad for the Bills.
I think it's going to be a very ugly year for the Bills. LaShawn McCoy had 7 carries for 22 yards, 1 catch for a negative yard. I will say I drafted him in one of my season-long leagues more because he was just so talented from his career to this point, and he just fell in the draft, so I took him. But boy, am I regretting that. It was an ugly, ugly game to watch. Ugh.
Yeah, I actually, in my suicide pool, talked about this last week, I took the Ravens. Turned out to be an excellent pick for myself, and now I know what team I'm picking every week, and that's whoever's playing the Bills.
Lock in the Chargers this week for about 50% of the people that are still in the leagues.
Yeah, half the league gone. See you later. Gone forever. Jose Fernandez. All right, next game we got Vikings and Niners. I know you were big on Jimmy Pornstar.
Jimmy GQ. I will say, I think we got to look past this week 1. It was in Minnesota against probably the best defense in the league. Didn't lose anybody, but 261, a touchdown, and 3 interceptions, but still only lost the game by 8, 1 score. I don't want to overreact on this too much. It was the first game of the season and probably one of the toughest places in the NFC to play a football game. But you throwing 3 picks and still being in the game late, I think you're okay.
Yeah, I like Jimmy G. He did have not the best game. Threw for 261. That's not terrible. It's not great, but the 3 picks definitely didn't help him out. I will give you, the Vikings defense is, if not the Rams, the best defense in the NFL. Agreed. I got to give it to them. They're disgusting. They had so many turnovers that game, and it's just unstoppable. I think Kirk Cousins only threw for 2-something and 2 TDs, and that's all he needs to do with the Vikings behind him. So I think
of stud receivers and a running back by committee. It's kind of looking like to start the season.
yeah, I could honestly see Vikings going to the NFC Championship game, if not the Super Bowl. I think they're absolutely stunning, and they're passing the eye test for me.
Definitely. Moving on. Chiefs smacked around the Chargers. I got to say, as a San Diegan, and I hate to say it, but kind of still a Charger fan, it was an ugly game to watch.
Yeah, if you guys listened to the pod last week, you know I picked the Chargers -3. Clearly an awful decision. Tyreek Hill proved me wrong. 7 catches, 169
He's
yards.
still running.
2 TDs, and a 91-yard punt return for a TD.
The Chiefs offense was waiting to get on the field. They got to stop on defense to start the season. They're licking their chops. Helmets are on, ready to step on the field. Oh, no, wait a second. Tyreek's going to take this one back 91 yards.
Yeah, the other thing I got, maybe a little hot take. I don't know about P. Mahomes.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Chargers just made him look really good. 1. 2, we didn't respect Tyreek Hill for anything. We left him. Granted, he's a great receiver, right? But we didn't game plan for him. We're not double teaming him in the first and second quarters. I think that's bad game planning by the Chargers. And Tyreek Hill just makes P. Mahomes look good. I know he had, I think, 3 TD passes, and I think one of them was a good pass. The other one's just wide open receivers or threw a 10-yard slant to Tyreek, and he runs at 60 yards. I think everyone sees how strong his arm is. They think, oh my God, this guy's going to be the next Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady or Brett Favre. No, Andy Reid makes P. Mahomes look as good as he is. Don't get me wrong, he's got a good arm. I like him. But I think he's overhyped now. I think his expectations are way too high after that first game, and I don't see it happening like that for the rest of the season.
I'll agree with you a little bit. The Chargers did not game plan. They did start 3 rookies. Bosa didn't play. They lost Verrett early. They have some injury problems. Yes, but I think guilty by association, successful by association. You got guys like Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, and Kareem Hunt all in the same offense with a mastermind like Andy Reid. I think just by you being in that system and having the arm that he does, I think he's going to be successful. He threw 4 TDs, actually. I think it was like 260-something and 4 TDs. But he never really got, in trouble. They were up ahead most of the game. And when you're throwing slants for 12 yards and Tyreek Hill's taking them 70 yards to the house, it's pretty easy, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're going to take the wait-and-see approach on the Chiefs and P. Mahomes. But something we don't have to wait and see anymore.
Your boy Sam Bradford.
Yeah, it was pretty ugly. 153 yards and an interception, not a touchdown.
No,
not a chance.
That fool's hucking one.
The final score in that game was 24-6 Redskins in Arizona, and it was ugly. And I think I already hear the Josh Rosen chants.
Yeah, 100%. Josh Rosen, I don't know why you don't throw him in there now. There's no reason. I mean, obviously you want to get him groomed, but how good can he get sitting behind a guy like Sam Bradford? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was necessarily all Sam Bradford's fault. I mean, David Johnson did have a pretty crappy game, and the Washington Redskins owned the time of possession. So it was definitely tough, but I think what we've seen is the Cardinals don't have very many weapons. Larry's getting older. DJ's got the talent, but if you don't have a quarterback that the other team respects and doesn't guard down the field, you could load the box against David Johnson and lock him up.
Exactly. Sam Bradford has just been all around the NFL for the last few years, whether that's injuries.
Mostly injuries.
Mostly injuries, and got beat out of his spot by Case Keenum last year at the Vikings. But Alex Smith didn't play too bad himself. Just the casual Alex Smith, 255 yards, 2 TDs, super consistent, and 24 points against the Cardinals. That's going to get you a dub every single time.
I don't want to say I told you so, but let's go back a couple pods and listen to me talking about the Redskins as one of the deep flyers. You got a guy like Alex Smith that's a proven winner with Adrian Peterson rolling back the time bank. He looked pretty good with the running back by me, a little thunder lightning with Chris Thompson. If Jordan Reed stays healthy and all those receivers play okay, I think the Redskins are a scary team in the NFC that can come out of nowhere.
Yeah, I started Jordan Reed on my fantasy team this week. Got a TD.
Felt great. I had him too.
Fired up about that. I think year's looking great so far. It's only been 1 week. Got 15 more to go. Jordan, let's stay healthy, buddy.
Jordan, stay healthy, Reed. You know?
There we go. All right, now to the primetime showdown.
Bears-Packers.
That was a great game for the first 2 quarters that I watched while I was
Well,
away.
it was a great game for the Bears fans in the first half, and then it was a great game for the Packers in the second half.
Yeah, so this is what happened. Me and your boy Jones right next to me were, having a great Sunday. Little memos in the AM, smacking them back, and firing off. So I go home for the primetime game and laying on the couch, get a nice California burrito in my mouth with some hot salsa, and I see the first half and see Aaron Rodgers get carted off. 1, 2.
First of all, before we move on, that was so ugly, and I think I felt so bad for him.
It was brutal because I had him on my fantasy team last year and reached for a QB round 4 and felt like ass drafting him. Saw him go down again and went to the sideline in the little blue tent where no one can see anything. And
That's a mysterious blue tent.
The mystery tent. Maybe that's where he got the drugs. I don't know. And then he gets carted off. And I'm sitting on my couch. I'm like, no way. The Bears are up 10-0 right now. They went down on the first drive. Mitch Trubisky actually looked like he knows what he's doing out there.
He looked very good.
On that first drive, he was firing off. And Aaron Rodgers gets carted in. And I'm like, dude, when does a player ever get carted into the locker room and then still come out and throw TDs in the second?
Only thing I can think of is Paul
3 TDs
Pierce.
in the fourth quarter. So I saw that, fell right asleep. Didn't see the entire second half. I know if you guys are listening, I had the Packers-Bears under at 47. I wake up, it's 24-23, a straight push. You've got to be kidding me.
The push like the Steelers and Browns.
Yeah, that one was rough.
But let's talk about Khalil Mack. Oh, man. That boy's arms are the size of my thighs.
John Gruden is hurting.
Yeah, he is. I think he's really kicking himself after just watching 30 minutes of football. Khalil Mack showed it all. He had a sack, forced fumble recovery, interception, and a defensive touchdown all in the first half.
And that was the first player ever to do that since 1982. That is a very long time. He also had a 27-yard pick six strip sack. The dude he's an animal. Just watching him is fun to watch him play defense. I can't say that I like to see defenses play, but that's one guy where he's just so athletic and just ridiculous athlete that I gotta watch this. You can't take my eyes off.
And it really makes me question John Gruden and not even meeting the guy face to face before they traded him off for a couple draft picks. In his prime. He's 24 years old. It's unbelievable stuff.
Yeah, John Gruden was on his high horse, says $150 million. You can get out of here. I'll get 2 first-round
That's
picks.
quarterback money. Look what his QB did last night.
Yeah. Sorry, bud.
Yeah.